A minute.
Do you hear it still? Like, do you hear something? Because I don't hear shit.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Heelcast. I'm sure you heard Chef. Chef is with us as well. And we are live. And we're going to set up for the post-show. So, Chef, why don't you go hook it on up, buddy, and kick this thing off.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this pay-per-view. I think it had a lot of ups and downs. And I'm not just going to rain on it real quick because we're going to have some fun. We're going to chop it up. You know, we're gonna try to see who's chiming in, who's doing what. We got a good cast of cats coming in. But I'm kind of all right, I'm going to keep it real with you because I get to talk a little bit right now. So when they showed that they go into my city, New York City, right? I sat back and I was like, oh, shit, like, I might have to take a trip back home real quick. And then they say the Melrose, whatever this place is, right? So I sit back and I'm like, wow, I fucking never heard of this place. I've had a lot of fun in New York City. I'm going to keep it real with you. So I hit my man Larkin. I'm like, yo, Larkin, do me a favor because he's kind of like the professor. When you ask him something, automatically in like 30 seconds, he comes back with something. I hit it up on Google Maps and I'm like, yo, I've never heard of this place before. And then he's like, yo, it's in Queens. And I'm like, wait a minute. Chef is Queens. Like, I am Queens. Well, how the fuck I don't know where this shit is at? So then I keep looking and looking and looking. I'm seeing that all they show is Manhattan, right? So I'm like, are you sure, dog? Because all I see is Manhattan and the Brooklyn Bridge. Now, if you're going to show the Brooklyn Bridge, I can understand why you say Brooklyn, Manhattan. Because, you know, it's the most famous bridge in New York City, technically. Because I'm from Queens, I'm always going to say the Queensboro Bridge. My fault. Do we got people coming in?
Nah, my friend, we're still getting people joining, my buddy. We're still getting people joining.
All right, so I still get to vent a little bit about my city?
Oh, damn right you do.
Okay. So, once again, I'm glad to go back onto this topic because I get upset when it comes to my city. So, I get something, and I'm not going to say the one thing that we showed in the chat because I was like, wow, that's pretty fucking crazy what happened. But the venue does look nice. I'm going to keep it really real with you. Like, from the pictures that the Professor Larkin showed me, I was like, whoa, this shit is all right. Like, you know, it has a really good look to it. Only thing is, I don't know why you're showing Manhattan. Like, if you're from Queens, you're really proud to be from Queens. Or Brooklyn, you know, Harlem, you know, the boogie down Bronx, you know, wherever, Strong Island, Staten Island, whatever you want to call it, the Shaolin, you're really prideful. So if you're going to have it in my city, and especially in my borough, can you get your vignette or whatever you want to call it, your video package, please show Queens. Show Flushing Meadow Park. Show the Queensboro Bridge. Shit, if you don't want to and you want to theme it out, show the Hell's Gate Bridge right there off Astoria Park. Now, Google Hell's Gate if you really want to do something, and you'll see some craziness out of that bridge. The Hell's Gate Bridge, Astoria Park, the Strip. We park our cars over there on Friday. We bug out, smoke a little, you know what I mean? So it's like, yo, rep my borough. If we're in Queens, yo, show it. And I'm not going to lie to you. I've already made the phone call like, yo, talk to your shorty. I need a ticket to go to Queens because Impact's in my borough. I got to be there.
So you're going?
I got to go, bro. I got to go. I'm not even going to lie to you. As soon as the chick, I don't want to say a definite yes, but as soon as I get my answer in the next 24 hours, I'll be able to tell you.
Oh, man, that's awesome. I'm thinking about it myself, man. It's not that far of a
ride.
It's only a few hours.
Dude, that's what I'm talking about. We got to get the crew out there.
It's a Sunday, right? So it shouldn't impact any of the kids' games. And I am out of town, but that's the previous weekend. So I'm thinking to myself, man, I could come up. I could go to Queens. I could hang with you. Kyle will be there, right?
Well, he's a Long Island guy, but it's not too far from where he is to where that should be. It should be only like 45 to an hour.
Dude. Like, seriously, man, versus how far you're coming from? Like, come on, man.
Yeah, like, I'm excited. Like, now I'm sitting back and I'm like, if it would have been, just say it would have been, Manhattan or something, I could have said, you know what, I could pass on this because it's in Manhattan. I'm a Queens guy, but if it's in Queens, I gotta go.
So we should get Griggs to come too. He can swing over. He's about the same distance that I am. He's coming from a slightly different direction. He actually might be closer than me. We could have like everybody there.
Yo, we would have to go live outside. Like,
I mean, we get Larkin to come back up, right? He's still got family up there.
Yeah, and he's Virginia Beach, so he's only like 4.5, 5 hours away.
He's actually down in Myrtle Beach. And Virginia Beach is going to be further than that anyway, because Virginia Beach is further south.
There you go.
Unfortunately, I'm probably 4.5 to 5 hours, and I'm pretty far north of that. But I'm just saying, he's got family up there.
We're gonna have to talk.
We're gonna have to talk a lot about this, man. We're gonna have to talk a lot about this.
Yeah, we definitely got to get the professor down because that's what I'm gonna call him now.
Oh, for sure. For sure. There's no doubt. Between him and Hurls.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you think there's any chance of Hurls setting foot in New York City? Hurls, where are you anyway? He's supposed to be here with us.
And it's funny because somebody actually said that I was talking shit to Hurls on the last show when I actually said he was my man's. Like, so I got to be very careful of how I dance around. Like, if I sit there and say, yeah, man, I really like talking to Hurls, I got to really probably sugar it up like, man, I really like talking to Hurls.
I don't think anybody really likes talking to Hurls, man. I'm not feeling that one at all. I feel like we all love Hurls, and I don't think any of us want to talk to him. You know what I'm saying? But he definitely, let me tell you something. That dude is the encyclopedia of wrestling. There's no freaking doubt about it.
Oh, facts. It's like, if you think something, he knows the answer.
Duh, and he's right.
You're like,
he's right.
Yeah,
too.
You're like, who fought, in 1989 of this, that? He's like, oh, man, it was a 28-minute and 13-second match, and this was the finish. Was like, holy shit, bro.
And by the way, it was actually 1988. Exactly.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, something crazy.
Now, look, man, I know we're still waiting for folks to join, but the hell with them, man. What was the match of the night for you, Chef? Match of the night tonight.
Oh, my God. I don't want to be a homer and just say LAX because I'm not sure. I'm stuck between two. I'm stuck between LAX and Pentagon and Sami Callihan. Oh, fuck. This is, you know what? I'm going to go. I don't even know if I could do it. Like, I feel like I'm selling out right now. Like, I feel like Kevin Durant right now. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I know, like, deep down inside, I'm like, yo, dog, it's LAX, no question. And every time I want to say that, and I'm like, but dude, you know that Sami Callihan and Pentagon Jr. was crazy. You know what? I'm going to say LAX, and I'm going to say, I got to say LAX.
We all knew you were going to.
Yeah, I got to. I got to do the bullshit thing. Like, listen, I don't know if I'm lying. I don't know if I'm flying. I don't know what it is. But I love the entire thing. I wish the OGs won. But like you said, and we were talking about this earlier, when we were saying that if somehow they could bring them back together, they could be like that new Violent NWO. And what happens? They spray painted the belts. So,
oh my God, that was freaking amazing. That just was like, oh my God, here we go.
I sat there, I'm watching with my youngest son, and he was like, this isn't that bullet scrub stuff. I said, what? He goes, the bullet scrubs, the fake NWO. I said, yeah. He goes, they spray painted the belts like NWO, like, and I was like, all right, yeah. And he was like, oh, this is gonna be epic. And I was like, hey, do you know? And he's like, I heard the podcast, Dad. I know it's like that. And I'm like, all right, I'm just saying, like, and he's like, we'll see. So he's really excited about it.
I'm telling you, man, that was the best tease of the night. I am gonna go with Pentagon Jr. and Sami Callihan for match of the night, though. Just because I felt like they had a lot of drama to it and a lot of stuff. There were some hardcore spots that were amazing in both. I mean, let me tell you something. You can't go wrong with either one of those matches. You really can't go wrong with the 4-way match either. It's just that those other 2 matches were just so spectacular. It was like, wow. What about the surprise of the night? What was the biggest surprise of the night?
Surprise of the night. Ooh. You know what? I'm going to say the surprise of the night would probably be Austin Aries retaining. I really thought that Impact was ready to go into a different direction and see what Moose can do. So I thought, to me, I felt like 99.9% Moose was walking out of there. And when he got pinned, I was like, oh, shit, like, did not see that coming. So I think that was, to me, the surprise of the night.
I think every other match was predictable. I think Su Yung and Madison Rayne, I did call Madison on that, but only if she won the ROH belt. Otherwise, I called Sue. That was about as close as we got. The LAX match, I got that one wrong simply because nobody told me it was a title match. They announced it the next day after we taped the pre-show. So that was kind of like, well, if you're going to call it a title match, yeah, I'm going to switch my thing. Everything was very, very, very... They're great matches, but it was incredibly, incredibly predictable, except for Austin Aries just winning cleanly. Didn't see that coming in a million years. Shocked. Don't know why. I felt like they would have at least protected Moose. I feel like Moose does deserve to win the title this year. I did say I didn't think he should win it quite yet, but setting him back with a clean loss? I don't know. But you know what the biggest shock of the night, though? You know where I'm going with this, right? Moose? Them damn tights. Dude comes out with freaking LED lights in his freaking tights, Chef. You want to talk about distracting, and that was just like, oh my God.
I don't know what that was about. To be completely honest with you, I was like, okay. Yeah. I'm kind of at a loss of words. I was kind of confused. I was like, I don't know. I mean, you know what? There was a few pants problems because Hernandez was having a funky pair of pants on, too, where it looked like he was rocking a massive wedgie.
Oh, my God. That was freaking terrible. It was like Greg saying, get him a belt. I'm like, Jesus. I didn't know whether he had a wedgie or his pants were falling down, but they were hiked up pretty good. I don't know what the deal was there, man. It was not pretty, though.
Yeah, no, I was kind of actually like, now, see, my thing is, these dudes are larger-than-life dudes. Like, they're fucking huge. So, like, I don't know. I think that bigger guys shouldn't be wearing, like, super, super tight pants. And if your pants are that tight, because his shits look really tight, how are they past your ass? Like, dude, if your shit is like where I'm from, if a dude wears tight pants, we call them nut huggers. You know what I mean? Like, because it just looks funny. Like if I used to rip up people because and I've seen it a lot, like walking down the block, you would see a dude with his shorty, and like the dude had tighter pants than his girlfriend. So if your girl's got looser pants than you, like, come on, dog, you got nut huggers, you know what I'm saying? Like, why you trying to show your moose knuckle, dog? Like, so it really got me that this big, I mean, even though, yeah, he looked a little out of shape, but like, why are you rocking such tight pants, bro? Like, we're supposed to be street out here. We're supposed to be representing the street. We wear baggy clothing. Like, I don't know. I was really a loss for this dude's attire. Now, I was confused.
Now, switching gears here a little bit. X Division Championship match. Brian Cage, new X Division champion.
Ooh.
What's coming next? What's coming next out of this? Is this a Destination X switch up here? Or does he hold it for a while and keep him out of the main event mix so that they can push some other folks?
You know what? If I'm him, I say, fuck it, I'm doing it. Like, I'm definitely doing it. Why not? Like, he's a big dude. I mean, to be honest with you, Matt Sydal put on a better match than I thought. I'm not a big Matt Sydal fan. but I think he looked really good in this match, especially against someone as big as this dude. Like, guys his size shouldn't be able to do what he does, and Matt Sydal made it actually look believable. You know what I mean? Like, he sold when he had to sell. You know, he looked strong when he had to look strong. Like, it was a really good showing. But to be honest with you, how many guys in the X division, when you put them next to Brian Cage, you sit there and go, oh, yeah, he could beat him? You know, like...
I mean, you know, like nobody. I mean, who do you put next to Brian Cage and think he can beat him? You know, who are we talking? Moose? Maybe Killer Cross? Who else looks like they're, like, legit?
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta... It's a specific group that you're like, okay, I want to see this, but now my issue with Impact for a little while was I feel like that belt that we all love to death, the belt that made TNA, Impact Wrestling, GFW Impact, whatever anybody wants to label it, call it, whatever. I love that belt so much. I think it means so much to the company, and I felt like that belt has taken a step back, and I don't know how much Brian Cage can elevate that belt versus that, you know, that division. So I think that he option sees it, and then he goes on to, you know, trying to get a belt shot or whatever the hell he's going to do. But I think that they need to start showcasing that belt like it's almost as important as our main title.
I mean, I agree with you completely that they need to showcase it. The problem is I don't think the Cage is the guy to showcase it that way. I think that Cage is a heavyweight, and I know it's not about, well, they haven't used that moniker in a while, but it's not about weight limits, it's about no limits, right? But Cage isn't the guy to elevate it. So, you know, I think that he either just holds onto it for a while and just does a nobody can beat me thing, and maybe they all try to beat him up, kind of like they were trying to do to Lashley a few years ago.
Okay.
Or he cashes it in. The problem is if he cashes it in against Austin Aries, I don't care what I just saw. I'm not going to believe that Austin Aries can beat Brian Cage. I'm just not going to believe it. I know that Matt Sydal gave him a run for his money. I know Matt Sydal put on a great match. I know that Austin Aries can put on a great match with him too, Chef. But those dudes are like half of Brian Cage's size. I just expect Brian Cage to grab the little twit by his throat, squish it, and his brain to come popping out the top of his head. And that's it. And then it's over. I mean, it's like, you've got to be fucking kidding me if you honestly believe that Austin Aries is going to keep up with these guys that are literally twice his size. Sorry, it doesn't work. It doesn't happen in MMA. And it's just not going to happen in wrestling. I like Austin Aries. Sorry, Raven Effect, too. I know you're listening at this point. I know you're shitting yourself right now because Austin Aries can do no freaking wrong with you, but no, there's just no freaking way. He says he's going to be hopping on in a few minutes.
Yeah, he's gonna come in here. He's like, "Fuck you, Chef. Fuck you, dude."
Your Skype.
Listen, Raven, we love you to death, brother, but we're just trying to keep it real.
He's texting me in the background. Slow down.
You know, it's funny because it's like you said, the more you look at it, like especially when Moose just picked up Austin Aries the way he did a few times, you were like,
right. Right. I mean, come on, man. Give me a break. What else is there? He picks him up. He throws him down. I'm like, you know, I could legitimately believe that we're having a Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg match, right? One of those 30-second matches where it's bang, bang, and you're done. I would have bought that in this main event. Like I mean, I would have been pissed. But I would have bought it.
Yeah, if Austin Aries would have freaking ran up and he would have just speared the shit out of him and folded, because the spear that he hit him with, where fucking Aries like flipped in the air and fucking sold the shit out of it, I was like, wow.
Yeah, I know. Like, you were giving Aries some shit for not selling too. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
He sold that.
See, that's the fun part. That, like, it's funny because I use the word fuck a lot. Like, I'll say, oh, fuck this guy or fuck this, and people misunderstand me for just not giving a shit at the moment.
I haven't noticed that. I have not noticed you using the word fuck a lot. It's never dawned on me. Dude, you know, when I'm listening to your voice messages from our Facebook chat, like, I have to watch the room that I'm in. I cannot click to play if my kids are around, dude. I just can't freaking do it. Like, gotta walk in the other room. Chef's talking again.
But it's like when someone does something dope, I'm the first person that I'll be like, wow, that was really good, or that was really dope. Or like, even when I was on my whole tirade with Eddie, when he had that match with Sydal, even at the Impact Zone, like, I was clapping for him and cheering for him, going on Twitter like, oh my God, this guy had an amazing match. Like, I'll give you love when I think you deserve it. Now, just listen, my opinion is not worth 2 cents anywhere, but it's my opinion, so I value my opinion.
Damn right you do.
Like, if you don't agree, we're humans. You don't have to agree with me. It's okay. So when I sit there and I call him a vanilla midget or a banana-eating motherfucker or whatever I call him, that's just my opinion. Don't get upset. And you know what? It's half truth at the moment. He's small, midget. He eats bananas, I don't know if he's a motherfucker, but like, I'm 50-50 at the moment. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't want to play the role of juggling, but hey, I'm just saying, like, don't get upset, guys. I'm just saying. Shit, listen, I call my favorite things when my favorite guys do shit and they flop. I'm like, oh man, that's a flop. Just because I'm a fan of someone doesn't mean I have to say everything they do is great. Nah, hell no. I think that's ass.
Damn right. I totally agree with you, man. I mean, I don't know. I'm not buying the Austin Aries title, run here. It's not doing anything for me. Still waiting for Raven Effect to dial in and start screaming at me, by the way. I don't think that I'm ready for Moose. At the same point in time, when I look at the options, I feel like it's about time. And we haven't gotten to see it yet. But they got to do something. They got to change something up. And they've got to give us a little bit more excitement in the World Championship division.
My thing with that is, what would you think about maybe going back to Eli? Do you think Eli would be the right choice to go back to Eli at this point?
Eli's been beaten down. They got to build him up.
Yeah,
I mean, if they want to add excitement, if that's the goal, they want to add excitement, then honest to goodness, they got to take a straight to Cage and go completely different, and just build Cage up to be this incredible beast that nobody can touch, and then at some point have him continually get beaten up by that combination LAX OGZ, as they merge LAX, right? And have them be taking people out left and right to build up something big. But I mean, I'm looking at the card, right? And I'm thinking Eli's been pushed down. It is what it is. I mean, his contract was in question. They had to do what they had to do there. But Austin Aries just isn't working. Moose, it's a little early, not a lot early. I mean, I'm not against Moose at all. I just felt like they need to wait till Bound for Glory, and I still think Bound for Glory is the right time for Moose anyway. We got Cage and Matt Sydal. Pentagon Jr., I thought his run was a lot better than some of you guys did. But it is what it is.
I love Pentagon. His run was hard for me. And I'm going to explain why. Because I think with them not being in the Impact Zone, it'd be so much cooler. Because what on TV looked like a run, my run, what I've seen is I seen him win it on Sunday, and I seen him drop the belt on Monday. So it was like, yeah, he did what he did, and it looked, on TV, it looked like a nice little stretch. But in reality, I literally seen him drop it real quick. You know what I mean? Like, it was the same thing with Andrew Everett. When he finally won the tag belts, literally the next day he dropped the belt. So it's hard for someone like me who's there, and you're like, okay, TV-wise, they made it look like a long stretch. But in my eyes, I seen him lose it real quick. So it kind of took away from me. So if these are away from Orlando for a long time, I don't got a problem with that. I think maybe once a year you come back to Orlando. It is what it is. If you don't, you don't. Fine, I'm still a fan of the shit. But I think it goes back to like when I was in New York and I wasn't close to it and I just seen wrestling for wrestling. I didn't see botches where they would come back out and, do the same move or the same match over and it took away from the crowd. So I go back to just watching the product complete instead of, like a jigsaw puzzle. It's a piece here, a piece there, a piece here. So I kind of like it, and I wouldn't mind seeing Pentagon as the champ, but I'm starting to believe that Santana is the guy who can move up the totem pole and eventually, maybe in a year or two, can be on that, cusp of being a heavyweight champ.
What about Johnny Impact?
You know what? And I don't want to name drop the E, and I just did, but I'm not going to give them their first two letters. I remember years ago, I was a big fan of him when they said his wrestling style was like parkour, and he was fun to watch. And I recently got into Lucha Underground. Love his work there. I love his work here. But something just, it's like they never did nothing with him. Like, every time you think, oh shit, Johnny Impact, Johnny Mundo, Johnny Morrison, anything you want to call this guy, every time you watch him wrestle, you're like, oh man, he's gonna move up. And then all of a sudden he disappears. Or he takes a loss and you're like, whoa, like, what are they doing with this guy? So I think I'm more confused than prepared to see him win, because I don't understand his character, I guess, here yet.
Yeah, I don't think they defined it. I mean, he came in, he got a pretty strong push. They just didn't give him the belt. They did everything but give him the belt. And then he disappeared a little bit here and there. And he went off and he did Survivor, and that's why I think that, pushing him to the top would probably be helpful as well, right? To try to, capitalize on some of that publicity he's going to bring to the show one way or another. But at the same point in time, right now they threw him back in the 4-way, which was fine. I mean, he hasn't been on the show in forever. So when I look around at who's the next guy, it's questionable. I mean, I know you're not an Eddie Edwards fan, but he's been pretty hot. Sami Callihan's hot, but he's the guy that I would personally never put the belt on. It's not that he isn't good enough for a top-tier talent. It's that he doesn't need the belt. He needs to be the guy that everybody hates, that loses all the time. But you don't realize that he's like 1-15 in his matches because you hate him so much.
It's so crazy because I love this guy. I think you made the best reference to, he's like Impact's Roddy Piper, where he's so good or, hated or whatever it is, that he does not need the belt to be over or dominant, because he's such a graceful loser. Like, and we were talking about this earlier. I said, I don't know if I ever seen a guy who's as big as a loser, and I don't mean this in any disrespectful way. I've never seen a loser as awesome as Sami Callihan. Like, I know people go, oh, this Chef is hating. No, absolutely not. I think he's absolutely amazing. I enjoy watching him lose. Like, I don't know why. Like, I'm a fan of him, and I should say, oh man, I want to see him win. But like you said, he's like 1 win, 50 bazillion losses, and you still, at the end of the day, say, oh shit, he might have had a match of a night. Oh shit, he just did this. Oh shit, Sami Callihan this. He still rings in your ear, and he's losing.
Do you know who people loved to see lose? Now, I'm not so sure there were matches of the night in there. And Sami gets matches of the night. I mean, how I give it to him tonight? Scott Hall. That's who he reminds me of in that way. Scott Hall was a guy that virtually never won. He come out and he get beat out. He get beat by like the midgets. They come out and they beat Scott Hall, and you would just love it up. And he'd come out and he'd talk about how great he was the next night, and you'd believe him. And then he'd get beat the next night too. Dude freaking never won. And Sami Callihan's cut from that same cloth. And it's like we were talking earlier, Chef. Sami Callihan's a throwback guy. There aren't too many of those in wrestling anymore. That is what is so exciting about Sami Callihan. So when we talk about some of this stuff and who the next guy is, I just don't even want it to be Sami Callihan. Just don't.
Yeah, it's like what you're saying is exactly what it is. It's, if he's this great losing, why switch the formula?
Exactly. Now look, we're gonna see if I can't add in Another peep here. Hang on 1 second here. They had somebody dialing in, but we don't. There's no real way to add you if you dial me. I gotta add you. All right, here we go.
Drum roll, please. Who's
Drum roll. Drum roll. We got him. Oh, wait a second. Oh no. We've got the man himself. We have got the man who is in love with Austin Aries himself.
Oh boy, here we go.
When you say the man himself, what I think you mean to say is what you should call me right now is the final 3 matches of the night, because I'm here to save the show.
Whoa. Brother, we've been carrying this show, waiting for you, bro.
That's right. This is all
I've had phone issues, I've had computer issues, and now I got Butterfinger Sonic Blast issue. I'm in that Shell Sunning mode. I hear you guys talking shit about my man, Austin Aries. I don't even know half of the shit. I don't even know what the flow of this show is going, because I don't know if you went over every match or what, but I've just heard a bunch of gibberish and some nonsense, but I will say a couple things here. For one, I'll be the first to admit that this A double title reign, it's not the old A double that the RAV fell in love with so much. But the man's still the most phenomenal talent in the entire wrestling business right now. We got the best world champion, the guy who's AJ Styles but can fucking talk and be charismatic. The shit that he did with D'Angelo Williams, I apologize. My DVR didn't catch Impact for some reason last Thursday, so I'm going 2 weeks back. Was phenomenal. Got some shit that you see from your world champion. Carried himself like a champion. Won the match like a champion tonight. Let's see, what else did I hear? Johnny Impact. Yeah, dude needs some charisma. Like he needs a heel turn, man. Put him and Ty together, turn him heel. He needs some kind of flavor with him. Eli Drake is the man to go back to, I'll tell you that. Sucks for Moose, it did. That was the only match of the night I got wrong. But and the other thing, man, so Brian Cage tonight, because I'm just going by what I heard you guys talk about. Brian Cage can do the X Division stuff, but he did not wrestle in X Division style. I mean, it's about no limits, like you said, but he wrestled very limited tonight, in my opinion. I'm not taking anything away from him. But and it was the right decision to put him over, but he didn't wrestle that X Division style. Only other thing I want to point out, and I don't want to be negative about the show tonight, but a lot of false finishes and shit. It was like it was WWE style form to me in a lot of times. But anyways, what's been up?
What's been up? So let me ask you a question. You really think that Austin Aries is that damn good?
He's the greatest man that ever lived. Simple and plain. He's not Triple H. He's the greatest man that ever lived.
Okay, now, I don't want to act like I'm super ghetto, but I know age-wise, we're all roughly in the same ballpark, are we not?
I think we got that. Chef and I got them 30s. The dude over here, he might have a whole 4 in front of his.
I got a 4 in front, man. I got the 4.
Hey, that's cool. That just means we all seen those commercials that when we were kids, where like the egg went into the frying pan and it said "Say no to drugs."
Yeah, well, Raven Effect never said no to
deny
drugs.
It. Like if you know me, I can't really deny it.
Well, no. I wasn't even going into specifics. I was trying to say that the caca that you were just spitting about Austin Aries, brother, you must be high as a motherfucker if you think that Austin Aries is the Austin Aries of like 2006.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Oh, hey, brother, I wish we had Rick James playing right now, because
give it to him, baby.
There we go. See, I'm not gonna say
Austin love with Mary Jane. She's not my main thing, but
I'm not gonna say Austin Aries is the worst champ, because that's the furthest. Because I would just fucking slot Eddie Edwards' name right into that conversation and say the worst champ I've ever seen, because I think Eddie Edwards was worse than Magnus. So my bad, Robert. My bad, Robert. I apologized ahead of time. If he hears this, he's going to have my ass this fucking Friday. So I'm going to slot Eddie Edwards there. And this reign, though, if you really look at Aries, is garbage. Like, it's so bullshit. Like, everyone goes, oh, he's the belt collector. But he's holding belts from companies nobody heard of. You know what I mean? Like, if I sat there and I made, like, fucking 4 companies randomly in 4 different neighborhoods with you guys, and I pin each one of you guys, and I walk into Impact with like 5 fucking belts, 4 belts, and I'm like, yeah, bitches, I'm the Impact, I'm the fucking belt collector. No, I look like I'm a guy from fucking, like, I went to Goodwill, got some big cowboy belt buckles, slapped them off some, female leathery belts, and just made some bullshit belts. Like, come on, this guy has belts from companies nobody's heard of.
And nobody wants to hear of either.
And no, exactly.
Well, I've heard of him
Nobody
now.
wants to hear him.
How far did he get on the card at the WWE anyway? He made it to WrestleMania match, right?
The
He opened
pre-show
the,
and
he op-
everything,
he opened
put
the
it on
pre-show,
DVD.
and they didn't even put it on the DVD, so there would be no royalties whatsoever, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, supposedly Neville was the one that was complaining. Am I right? It was with Neville, Raven Effect? Because I know you watched
Yeah,
it.
it was a match against Neville. I actually have seen the match. It was pretty. It was the best fucking night, best match of that show. That's for sure. We actually were doing the Heelcast and actually had it on. It was about, I think that's like the only WWE event I've watched since 2012.
Didn't he flop? Didn't he flop in 205?
Yes.
I don't know. I didn't pay attention, but I mean, look, did he flop it to? Look, it's the WWE. One, there's politics machine. You got people telling you what you can say, what you can't do out there. I mean, are we honestly going to say the guy wasn't talented enough to make it in WWE when they put the fucking world title on The Miz, for Christ's sake? I mean, give me a break.
So what does that tell
did
you?
he flop at 205? Did he flop at what? No, give me that shit.
Well,
So
hold
did
on.
they
Put it
hold
on the
on.
Come on
Wait,
now.
wait. Hold on. John, go ahead.
Yeah,
Dude, go ahead.
I-
Because
I-
I know
I-
exactly what you're going to say to this.
So what we're
He-
saying
you know what,
here
John?
is The Miz is greater than A-Double.
And now, I
That's
mean,
what I'm hearing.
the Miz is greater than your boy Eric Young, too. So if you want to play that shit, we'll play that
Whoa.
shit.
Whoa.
I
Hold
mean-
on.
I never
Because
claimed
I believe
that-
A-Double's been a little bit more successful in the WWE than EY has. So if you want to play that
Hold
card,
on. Wait.
Whoa.
How can he be more successful? He dominated through NXT. He's got a fucking serious, amazing faction, which is Sanity.
Austin Aries have any championships to his name in WWE?
no, does Eric Young? But Eric Young was on
Whoa,
NXT.
whoa,
Eric
whoa,
Young,
whoa, whoa,
while they put
whoa.
A-Double straight to the main roster.
That's bullshit, man. EY has the tag titles, right, in NXT.
Yep. Yes, he did.
So start giving me this crap about Aries is greater than EY, because EY at least has NXT Tag Team Championship experience.
Yeah,
Did
but
Eric- hey.
A-Double went straight to the main roster instead of
Hold
going
on.
to NXT, which is supposed to be underneath the main roster.
No.
Hold on. But since we're an Impact group, Eric Young is the only dude to hold every single belt, even knockouts.
Knockouts
True.
tag.
Tag belts, that's right.
Yeah, but he still won the
He did
knockouts tag
Cody
belt with
Deaner.
Cody.
No, that was Cody Deaner.
Ooh, I don't know. I thought that Eric Young definitely had the.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Eric
Just-
Young is amazing.
Just so you know, Raven Effect, like I got his wiki page up right here, and Austin Aries debuted on the March 2nd episode of NXT.
And then went right to the main roster. Okay, so he didn't go directly to, but he was there real quick.
He was,
What I
well, let me put it
I
this
don't
way.
watch it.
Hey, Raven Effect, he defeated No Way Jose on August the 20th.
That guy is so
He got
fucking
hurt
garbage.
on
I can't even
October
explain how much of a guy is.
He did not go to the main roster until December the 18th. And then he was calling a triple threat match. He wasn't even in the match. He was doing commentary. And finally, on March the 16th, he didn't debut for a freaking year, man. It was like a year. I know, right? Oh no, wait a minute. Hold on. And then that was on March the 6th, 2017. He debuted on Raw, and then he immediately the next day made his 205 Live debut. Okay.
Oof, that's rough. When you go from Raw to 205.
And Raven Effect, he was released on July the 7th of 2017. So between March and July, that was it. And he spent most of the time in 205 Live. He had like one match in Raw, dude. One.
Yeah.
That's
I don't.
straight to the main roster, buddy.
Am I
Straight to the
disappointed
main
in
roster.
that? No, we got our fucking champion back. We got our guy who's out here putting on great matches with anyone every night. The WWE missed out on another talent. Wow, that's never happened before, ever.
Straight to the main roster,
Well,
Chef. Straight to the main roster.
I mean,
buddy.
what? It's not like I gotta watch the shit. I don't care. I was wrong. Not the first time. Won't be the last. I sprout shit stuff out of my ass all the time. Doesn't mean it's always right.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, if you think about when Impact finally bring their new title out and they hand, because Austin Aries is a champ, so he wore it to the pay-per-view in Orlando. Pentagon Jr.'s first real Impact match, not that Impact versus Lucha Underground New Orleans thing, like a straight-up Impact, his debut, he pinned Austin Aries clean.
He did. And you know what, man? I'm gonna be honest. I'm enjoying the new stuff on Lucha Underground. This season so far, season 4, Desmond Xavier debuting. But Pentagon is the way that they booked that guy, man. I swear to God, they booked that guy fucking perfectly. I had no problem with it. You know, it was a shakeup. It was a guy that I knew. You know, if you see him in anywhere else, he's gonna look really strong. And he's shown it in his performances. And you know, I fucking randomly went into a Buffalo Wild Wings and MLW's on there, and there's Pentagon destroying people there. Granted, Impact's a step up from Lucha Underground and from MLW, but you know, man, I'm not gonna shit on Pentagon at all. Like
I think that Pentagon is the greatest man that ever lived.
I think you are wrong, but
I had to do it, brother. I had to do it.
You did have to do it.
You know what, though, man? I want to say this, though, because I forgot to say it earlier. There's 3 things I want to say right now. So I'm going to start off with the first one, then the middle one, because I kind of just forgot the middle one, and then I know what I want to say.
Chef. It's pointed right at us.
So, I mean, look, the first thing I wanted to say is Moose tonight got literally the most terribly pointless accolade mentioned about him being the 2-time and longest reigning grand champion in the history of the company. The second thing I wanted to mention was his Fenix fucking won a match in Impact. I don't know that he's actually gotten the pinfall on. I know he's been in like some tag team matches where they won. Has Fenix beaten anyone?
I don't think so.
All right. Third, what I want to say is Chef, you brought up you know, the future stars and whatnot, and Santana was mentioned. Tonight a star was born. Tonight a star was born in Santana, and I've felt the dude had the breakout potential, and I think tonight he stole the show. And they knew he was stealing the show, and that's why they left it to him.
Yeah, because I completely agree with you, because if you watch that match, which we all did, he outshined every single person in the ring. And I know Ortiz can go, but it really looked like the Santana show. Like, as much as everybody did really well, it just seemed like Santana was on another level than everybody else.
And he is, you know. I mean, look, what Homicide and Hernandez used to do when they were, look, man, you remember when Hernandez was all muscle? He's all fat. Now, I think that actually almost stole the show almost as much as Santana, because how out of shape Hernandez's fat ass look. But I mean, look, dude, I know everyone shits on Hernandez and whatnot, but I've always said for a dude his size, and I'm talking back when he was jacked as a motherfucker, just ripped as he gets, that the offensive maneuvers that guy does for a guy his size is phenomenal. And, you know, him and Homicide back in their days, you know, in their primes, they could really go. But I think Santana, not only would he outshine them back then, he outshined them tonight for sure. And it's definitely, it's so far away from me to break LAX up, because not only are they the hottest act, but they're something special too. But the dude is a single star, possibly a world champion at some time down the road. Maybe a couple of years from now or whatnot, but he's a breakout star for sure. And it's one guy that they cannot let go, in my opinion.
What do you think about them spray painting the belts?
I mean, you know, we all said the same shit. You know, it's we remember Hollywood Hogan and the NWO and all that. I liked it. It was a way to, you know, have them. I want this program to continue a little bit. You know, like I don't think LAX is here for the long run, which kind of disappoints me. Or sorry, OGs are here for the long run, but it's fresh. It gives them that bullyish thing. Like, you know, they lost the fight, but they kept the war going and kept the street, stole their shit, spray painted it, tagged it, made sure it was theirs. I like the way that it ended. I liked everything about that match. He was on Lucha Underground earlier this season. He had about like a 3-minute spot until Pentagon just hit him with one move and beat him. But, you know, Lucha Underground, who knows how long ago that was taped either, so I'm not too sure. But he doesn't look like he's hit the gym or done anything cardiovascular in a while. Well, shit, Chris Harris can still go, too. Doesn't mean he looks good, like he beat someone up. Kevin Owens can go. He was fat as shit. Sorry, Kevin Steen. My apologies to anyone.
Oh, nut huggers.
I'm going to beat every smart. This is not my opinion because I actually disagree, but I'm going to beat every single smart and hater to the point. When you said Hernandez hasn't lost the ability to wrestle, someone's going to say he never had the ability to wrestle or what ability to wrestle. Just want to say I'm a step ahead of you, motherfuckers. Something like Count listening to the show. I haven't seen Count in forever. I actually got on something that I don't even know if Count's still around. But you know that motherfucker. That's going to first thing he says. So, beat you, Count. Now, are we going to do we going to run down all the matches? Or I actually don't know the... you know what, man? I think something might pop off in a second, but I will say this. I've already spoken to Hurls, and Hurls has told me that this was the greatest night in the history of not only America, but the world, not even just wrestling. And everything was flawless, fantastic, and this was the greatest night of his life.
What a fucking mark. What a mark.
I'm kidding, but, we know how Hurls goes.
Oh, okay, because I was about to be like, what are these fucking retarded?
And if you listen to the conversations that you and Hurls have, I mean, that might be your popular opinion, the way you two argue. I've seen it. I just didn't play it out loud.
Did you get on the show yet? I was gonna say if you didn't,
9 out of 10.
You want to do a different review? We could have the live show and then we could do a separate one.
Hurls being Hurls.
We could just have
Hurls being Hurls.
shows. I'm sure it wouldn't be a problem.
Did he really say 9 out of 10?
I'm just fucking with you. He probably did. I'm just fucking with you. Yeah. Hurls the dude that got the Impact tat in his ass. You know what I mean? He got that Anthem Al on his butt cheek. Impact Wrestling on the other. Got a big hole in the middle there. What's up, Hurls? I know you hear me, motherfucker. You know what else I want to say too, man, about Impact is two things that also came to mind, and I've got the replay on with no sound on, and I'm seeing Callis and Josh Matthews. I want to give props like Josh Matthews and Josh Callis. Like it's done wonders having those two there. I mean, Josh Matthews even comes off a lot better. Last year. I mean, last Slammiversary we had, what was it, Don West and that dude from ESPN. That was actually good, but I mean, the shit fest between Josh Matthews and Jeremy Borash on commentary all last year. It's been night and day difference so far this year. I want to give props to that. And I know y'all, I was the first person that said there's no possible way. It's super hard to suspend the disbelief and think that Austin Aries wouldn't get fucking murdered by Moose. But I think this, the greatest Slammiversary main event world, one-on-one title match I think I've probably seen was Lashley and Drew Galloway. But I want to say I think this one this year blew the doors off of Lashley and Alberto from last year. But it kind of looked to me like Moose played in the NFL. He's not a slow dude. He's a big guy, but he's not slow or anything. But it looked like when he was running and stuff, I don't know if it was just limited from the space area, but I kind of caught that. I'm not being critical of the match because I thought it was a very good match, but
I think you're on point with the space because the outside of the ring looked real small. Like, I don't know. It felt small, but it is what it is. But honestly, I don't know, man. It's really hard to. I don't know what my beef is with Austin Aries besides I've never been a fan of this guy, but and I get what you're saying because I've fought people way bigger than me and I've beat some big people up, but this is wrestling where I've never fought somebody Moose's size. Like, that guy's a fucking mountain, you know what I mean? Like, I would have to jump up to punch this guy in the face, so it feels like Austin Aries is just way too small. He's a midget, bro. Like, there's no way that Moose shouldn't just fold this dude. Like dude was saying, just grab his neck. Like those squeeze toys where you squeeze them and the eyes pop out? Just crush his fucking skull and just, put your foot on him. Like, this is your champion. Like, I would be entertained if they would have punked him like that. If he would just fucking crush him, put his foot, and was like, this is your champion. I don't know. But I am a hater, though. So when it comes to Austin Aries, I'm a fucking USD certified, hater. Like, I will admit to that.
I would have never thought. Would have never guessed.
No, I know. That surprises a lot of people.
I mean, man, opening match tonight, I think after the opener through the LAX match, it really dragged. But that opener, I thought was fire. It sucks that Rich Swann wasn't able to be into it. It sucks that he got hurt on top of it. It sucks that I had to take him in our draft because everyone else was taken, and I got the injured guy. But I thought that was great, and I don't know if it was maybe some of the other talent hadn't arrived yet or whatnot, but I feel like Desmond would have been the better fit over Petey Williams. But I'm a Petey Williams fan. I love Petey Williams. I think that's 2 L's that my man's going to hold 2 days in a row. Did he take the fall tonight, or was it Phoenix?
Phoenix.
I wish they would. I wish they would have done was fucking had Ishimori take the pin, but he's the guy that we don't necessarily expect to be on Impact. He's the guy that's in the hot big anything with the Bullet Club and all. You have Phoenix, who's a main top guy in Lucha Underground, who you got that working partnership with. I just you don't want to have your own guys take the L with Petey. But I mean that match was great. I don't think there was anyone, even if Rich Swann would have stayed in there, I don't know how anyone could have guessed it. Wouldn't have been Johnny Impact that won, but they got to do something with him. I think a heel turn is good, but with the Survivor thing going on, that they might stop that. I don't know, man. He's just the pop with Johnny's not there, and him and Cage, for both of them, for me is good as they are at what they do. They just they're missing an element character wise, and I think a heel turn would benefit both of them. I mean, you see Cage as a heel in Lucha. I mean, he's lost 2 weeks in a row to Pentagon, but dude's a monster in there. And Johnny Impact got that credit. Both of these guys need an edge to get them to that star. They're both fucking stars. They really are, but they need something, in my opinion. She's not a Carter, so it won't come off as well. I mean, she's a Blanchard. Okay, he was in the Four Horsemen. That's big, but he was like the third or fourth guy. He was in the Brainbusters. The most success he had was, a tag team champion with that untrustworthy son of a bitch, Arn Anderson. That's right, Arn. I'm calling you out on the live show. But was he in WCW? He might have been in WCW. The old end at basically anything before 92, 93 in WCW, NWA. I was too young, didn't watch it. I was old enough to watch it because that's kind of when I started watching wrestling. But I was like most of the retards are now. Only I was just a little kid and was only WWF back then. But I will say this: it's almost like looking at Tully in a wig, and it's yeah. I would not have sex with her. I would not hit it. Maybe if I was drinking, but yeah, she's an awesome talent though. I'm a fan of her. I'm sure it will get old, but it'll probably be her catchphrase for good. We got her for 2 more years. What's that? Yeah, I'd probably be the equivalent to China. I mean, she kind of looks like China in the face now that I'm looking at it. Literally, I'm literally looking at her right now because that match is about to start. Well, not China now. I mean, like China back in the 90s. Took you guys long enough to catch on to that one.
I mean,
first match of the night. What do you guys think? Right person, go over, entertaining, good. We need more X Division on this fucking program, overall.
Yeah, no, I completely.
No, if you look at Impact Weekly, the weekly Impact show, how often do we see the X Division? Not as much as it needs to be.
Yeah, but I think that takes away from that X Division belt, though. That's just my beef with it.
Yeah, I agree. No, I agree with Chef. I mean, I know there's a lot of talent on this roster. There really is, thank God, because that wasn't the case a couple years back. But and it's hard to get everyone in. But I feel like we should see Petey Williams and Desmond Xavier featured a lot more than the two of them are. I mean, yeah. even Trevor Lee is basically like a jobber now. Should be more tag team wrestling, more X Division is what I'm saying. More tag teams. You know what I mean? I mean, Z&E versus Cult of Lee, KM and Falabak. Fuck them. I don't know. We got LAX OGs. There's obviously some other. I think I'm missing one other, and there's another team I'm missing, right?
Your favorite Desi Hit Squad.
That's right. There's them too. I mean, yeah, they can beat Falaba and KM, but other than that, I mean, I still feel like we need a couple more teams, aka Petey Williams and Sanjay Dutt, someone else. But I mean, I feel like the X division is getting neglected, and I feel like Desmond and Petey are two guys that should be on TV more often. I mean, they're just everyone can see it. Why is Desmond not being used as much as he should? You know what I mean? I don't think there's anyone that can disagree that Desmond Xavier he steals a spot. Like everyone wants to see him more often. You got anything? Probably Chef's partner in arguing. Y'all thought I was going to say crime. That's not Chef's crime partner.
No, my
that was
partner
back in the day.
Crime actually is he's on probation. He actually just came out of jail, so free murder. I don't know if I should have threw that out there, but he's on probation. He's home, so my partner in crime is home.
He's a free man. I mean, obviously. Public record. If they look up murder, to be honest, they're only going to find C. So I think you're going to dodge that one.
And what's hilarious?
Louisiana for some shit.
He's ignorant. He tries to act like he invented the way he spelled it because he spells it MURDA. And I was like, dude, you got that from No Limit. Like, let's stop fronting.
Of course, there's murder music with Mouth Deep and all that.
Who we got to the show?
Son of a bitch. Who'd you bring on, Griggs? I'm just taking shots at everyone. Uh-oh. Here it comes. Here it comes. Mr. Impact Wrestling.
Hey. Hello. Hey. Oh.
Does this person you called even know what the fucking Heelcast is? Okay, that's good. So that would have been even more awkward.
What are we talking about?
I don't even know.
Oh, yeah, I haven't watched these yet, so I'm going to hang up.
Peace out, whoever you are.
Oh, you too.
I'm going to call your ass later.
All good.
Who the fuck is that guy?
That certainly wasn't Ric Flair.
Guy? Yeah, Hurls, I'm sure it was, motherfucker. Jesus Christ, you wake Andre Corbeil from a nap or some shit? The fuck?
No, I didn't. Wait, was that Numero?
No, you didn't know if it was Numero. We'd all been jerking off to his voice. Is it the Dick Justice of the Heelcast?
Is he on?
I don't know. I didn't even pay attention.
Is it the standby guy?
Yeah. Get him
If
on.
you send a picture of Mae Young's titties again, I'm going to be pissed.
So we got Chef on here? Because I got a question for Chef. Is Chef on or no?
Yeah, man.
Okay, Chef.
No shit, Gavin. You got big shot. Curls has a question for Chef. Who saw this coming? Anyone?
This is totally non-wrestling related, by the way.
I swear to God, we talked
dude.
about to drive to his content.
Okay.
I'm gonna dig.
Bro,
We're on a wrestling. Listen, we're on a wrestling show talking about one of the biggest pay-per-views for the company. You want to talk about something besides the show?
Yeah. It's kind of only you would have knowledge of this.
Yo, hold up. Maybe you should text me before I answer that.
Oh, I don't. Okay. I'll bring it off air.
No. Like, am I incriminating myself to anything?
No.
Okay, so I don't give a shit.
Not really. If a street is taped off with yellow caution tape, does that mean someone died?
I mean, yeah, or something. Maybe they have, they're trying to get rounds on the floor or something like that, so they tape off the area so they can look for, the rounds.
Okay, because 2 streets down from my house, that's just what happened. There's like 20 cop cars.
Yeah, I would say definitely something popped off, and maybe you should fucking turn your lights off and not look nosy.
Okay. Well, I'm 2 streets down, but I drove past it driving home.
Hurls, where the fuck do you live, bro?
Well, I don't live in the ghetto, but...
Yeah, you do. You live in Wisconsin. Where's more hood than Wisconsin?
Yeah. Well, you're right about that. Those damn Amish.
Eric Foreman getting gangster over there.
Wait. You got Amish people around you?
Not in this area, but like maybe an hour away. Yeah, not far.
All right, I don't want to sound stupid. Like, I don't want to sound stupid because I know there was a show. I think it was like Keeping Up with Amish or something Amish, right?
Oh, there was.
Do they really? Amish Mafia.
Dude got to know that shit.
Okay, now I watched it because one of my this dude is extra. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't know what issues he might have at the moment. But he's like, "Hey, yo, Chef, dog, you gotta watch this Amish shit." I'm like, "Yo, relax. What time is it?" He wakes me up like 3 a.m. So he's like, "Dog, you gotta watch this shit." I was like, "What the fuck do you want?" He's like, "Yo, what's this Amish shit? These dudes is gangsters. They ride around in horses and buggies." Do they really ride around in horses and buggies? No way. So hold on. And I'm not trying to cut you off, but you think if you smash them, they're gonna run up on you with like kind of like a drive-by with their horses and buggies? Oh, okay. I was just curious.
They got buckets of milk and churned butter.
Holy shit. Yep.
Yeah.
So your crew, like, even though they're not technically your crew, but your riders are Amish like gangsters.
Let me ask you guys a question real fast off topic. What the fuck are we talking about?
Sorry, I derailed this show.
Yeah,
Hurls, what the hell are you doing?
I know, man.
I came to save the show. Hurl comes to Buzz Killington this son of a bitch down.
Yeah.
Hurls, what do you think of Slammiversary?
Loved it.
I know.
It. I was in the presence of at least a couple WWE marks, and they enjoyed the show. So that tells you how good of a show it was.
Oh, so you're watching it with you, yourself, and I?
Hurls, and tell the truth. You know more about WWE than anybody besides Larkin, the professor.
Dude, Larkin knows way more than me.
But I said
I know about the old shit.
Way more than me. You guys don't watch it at all, obviously. I would say I watch
We
it
have
maybe 15%, if that.
I'd say I maybe watch it 3 times a week, says Earl.
No way.
The only Pearls,
No
let's
way.
keep it honest. The only thing you miss is 205.
The only thing I'd say
No,
watch
I missed main event.
NXT more.
But
No.
isn't NXT supposedly the best of the 4, 5, 6, whatever it is?
Yeah, that's the only thing that I do occasionally. I watch Facebook highlights of WB.
So your favorite wrestler is Velveteen Dream.
He's not denying it.
He's
No.
not.
No.
Yo, dude, you did not deny it.
Hell no. You know my favorite wrestler in WWE?
Do I?
Lashley.
Oh, yeah, you are a big Lashley guy. My fault.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Matt Hardy.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No way. Not my favorite.
I would
I'll
assume
admit,
that it would be just because
I like the broken stuff. I'm not gonna lie, but
it would only make sense if Pearl's favorite WWE wrestler was Matt Hardy because he's got to be Chef's least favorite. So,
That's a good point. That's a good point.
anyways, yeah. So I just watched Tessa Blanchard pin Allie for the second time to get back onto the fucking track of the show. Sorry for anyone who doesn't care about Amish, and yeah.
You know
So-
what, though? And I'm not trying to cut you off. Tessa Blanchard needed that win way more than Allie did.
Oh yeah, she did. They both need wins though, and one thing that, and this was another thing I want to bring up to you guys, but I don't know if we're ever going to get to this talk. But who's next for Sue Young without Rosemary? Like, who are the faces left? Madison, who I believe is going to leave. Allie, who she's already beaten. Tessa seems like the likely contender. They can't turn Sue Young face. If they did, it'd be idiotic. I mean, who's next? You know what I mean?
Scarlett Bordeaux.
She can't wrestle for shit. She can wrestle.
I
my
don't
penis.
care. It's all she needs to be able to wrestle.
Literally, I will pay you, Scarlett, if you want to wrestle my pants. Down to my.
When people say
Yeah.
Scarlett
Okay.
sucks, it's a good thing.
She is so hot. My God.
Oh my god.
But can she wrestle?
I don't give a fuck. Like I just said, she makes me wrestle with my trousers.
I know
I would
this is
say
Management. Manager.
they have an issue with the knockouts because Taya Valkyrie can't go to Canada, right?
I don't know.
So
She can now, man. She can now.
okay,
Now
okay.
that she's married, she can go.
They either got to turn her. Maybe they got to turn her face. I don't know. That's who's next. You know, like seriously, who wrestles Sue Young next until Rosemary's out?
Shots
Rebel?
of Blackheart.
Winter.
No, just joking. Yeah, Winter. There you go.
I mean, she's a face for now. It seems like
Right.
there's literally 3 face knockouts, and Madison's gonna leave. Rosemary's hurt. Allie hasn't won in a while. I guess there's Kiera Hogan.
Is she still with them?
I don't know who's still with us, for fuck's sake. For some
she's on
reason
Rise
they
Impact.
got rid of Sienna, which was dumb. But
Yeah, but hey, we don't know the full details of that though. She may have left on her own.
Yo, dude, can you
they still
stop
let her-
fucking Pearls? Can you stop trying to play the lawyer for Impact Man?
they let her contract expire and did not renew it. As simple as that. And they should have. They should not have let that girl go. That was
I agree.
great.
I agree. I 100% agree. I was a huge Sienna fan. Still am.
So I will say that the 2 worst matches of the night, in my opinion, were hands down the 2 knockouts matches. I mean, Allie and Tessa Blanchard was solid, but it was just meh, I guess. It had some good spots like that moonsault on the top rope where Allie planted her head. It was a 6 spot, but it was just meh, I guess. Like, it was kind of lackluster. It took the crowd a little bit to get going too, I think.
Yeah, but
See,
that was a really good crowd though.
It was.
Gosh,
took
that
a
crowd
little
was amazing.
They woke up during the match I want to talk about here in a couple of minutes with everyone, but I don't know what else needs to be said. I mean, are we missing on something? Am I missing anything on Tessa and fucking Allie?
Nope. I thought it was a pretty good match. The match I was
We know you did.
most let down with was Edwards and Dreamer.
Well, that's where we're going
Hold on,
next.
hold on.
Stop stealing my thunder,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Sorry.
But how does any time that Tommy Dreamer is on your screen, how can you possibly be let down? I mean, I feel like if Tommy Dreamer's on my TV, I'm already let down because he's there.
Hey.
It can only go up from there. How do you expect it to be a great match? He's a legend of what? Getting cut open?
Well, yeah.
You watch your goddamn mouth right now, motherfucker. ECW still lives with me. I love Dreamer, man. I love Tommy Dreamer. But look, it's this isn't Innovator of Violence Tommy Dreamer. This is fat, chubby, admittedly fat and chubby and old Tommy Dreamer. I mean, shit, the guy's got a balding spot worse than Raven Effect and LeBron James.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I mean, mine's not that bad. I just make fun of myself because I know it's getting there. But I'm not going to go to the come route. That shit will get shaved. But I think the match, it let me down, man. It it had its spots and it was decent, but I feel like the finish was lackluster and out of nowhere. And then the most bizarre, stupid, and what the fuck ending I've ever seen. Like what the fuck happened at the end of that match? What the fuck happened with Eddie? Like what happened with Eddie Edwards?
See, I think it was a good match. It's kind of like that movie where you watch a movie and the movie's good and it has the shittiest ending and all of a sudden the fucking movie is ass. I think it was a decent match. The ending, like when he lit it, like it was so fucking crazy because I watched this with my 11-year-old son. And when he's putting that, he's like, is that lighter fluid? I was like, yeah. He's like, he's going to set it on fire. I said, well, yeah, that's what he does. And he gets all crazy. Like, he puts his fucking remote down. He's playing Fortnite, watching this shit back and forth. And as soon as Eddie Edwards does what your boy Don Callis called the Shining Wizard, and Josh fucking, Captain Obvious has to say, no, it's the Boston Knee Party, which nobody gives a shit, and does that, knocks him into a chair and pins him, and no fire table goes on. I was really disappointed. And then we all know I'm not a fan of his lady because I think she and she comes strolling down, and I'm like, why is she fucking here, right? Now, I don't know why Eddie decided to curl up in a ball like a fucking fetus in a corner when you thought this guy was fucking your wife. Now, if somebody, like, if one of my homies is fucking my wife, and I can't just shoot him in the fucking face like I would do, and we got to go into a ring, I'm going to fuck you up. Like, I'm going to beat your fucking head in as much as I can. I'm not going to curl up into a ball after I just split your wig, kicking you in the face, sit there, cry. She comes out, shake his fucking hand, shake his hand, looking all ratchet and shit. He fucking shakes his hand, acts like, they're going to fucking swing each other, and, okay, he passes the torch of hardcore, but then he puts it in his mouth and he looks emo as shit. What the fuck happened? Like, someone's got to inform me. I didn't mean to go on a rant, but what happened there?
I need to say this real fast, and I want to say I apologize to any women out there, any social justice warrior. I want to say, go fuck yourself, you fucking pussy. When I say this, I wanted Eddie to turn and crack her in the fucking head with this stick.
Holy shit.
I wanted that spot to just go down and have Eddie just crack her with the kendo stick. It would have been terrible, terrible, terrible. And I'm not preaching man on woman violence by any stretch of the imagination. This is wrestling and it's happened before. I'm just saying, like, that would have put the nail in the coffin. Instead, now, what do we got with this fucking guy? Is he a face now? Because it's going to be hard. I think they took something that was going fantastic with Eddie Edwards with the Callihan feud. They killed it in something terrible. And then I think, like, they've made Eddie look kind of like a joke. And then after tonight, I worry that it's kind of ruined now. When they're cracking your wife over the head with the kendo stick shit doesn't go over well with you three, I can only imagine what's happening to anyone else listening.
Oh, no. I would have no problem.
I think the Impact dude's about to go PR control real quick.
Impact dude's like looking at the time, going, "Man, I gotta wrap this thing up so I can go to freaking sleep, man." About half out.
Good point. You should have brought Hurls on, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. No, you're in for a world of hurt now.
Anything you guys want to add on there? Let's let Impact dude run the show here so we can get himself off per se.
Well, I mean, I can do that anyway. Like, I don't need you three here to do that happen.
We didn't call in Hurls for no reason.
I just want to make one comment. Like, don't tease us with the flaming table if you're not going to do it. That's all I'm going to say.
Facts.
That's real.
That's it.
That's real.
Yep.
That's legit, man. That's legit.
Yep.
Well, I was hoping that Robert would join because Robert would take over broadcasting duty, but he had some people at his house, and he has not replied back in about an hour.
Robert doesn't live close to you, right, Hurls?
No.
Okay.
No. Are you insinuating something?
I'm gonna say, like, at least we know Robert's alive. That's all.
Right.
I mean, we don't know if Robert's alive for sure. He could be dead. It's just
True.
probably not one of Hurls' neighbors that killed him. Do you know what I mean? Like, anything's possible.
I'm gonna say, props to Eddie for taking that staple. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
That baby
that
face
was-
got a little fucked up.
They didn't show the staple though.
He did not show the staple.
They did not show the staple.
Yeah, that's
So-
true. He was juiced though, but obviously he could cut himself true. But
You're
Yeah,
saying blade job.
I mean, he's emo Eddie nowadays, so he can cut himself all he wants. He's just full of puns. You guys are just fucking 2 minutes behind tonight.
we're way more than 2 minutes behind, man. We're 3 hours ahead is the problem.
Not Hurls, he's 2.
That's right. That's right. Central Time, baby.
Oh man! All right, so we've talked about most of these matches. The only one we really didn't talk about was, honestly, Su Yung and Madison Rayne. I don't think there is a lot to say there.
Sami and Pentagon though.
Yeah, Sami won.
I
You
don't
know
mean to
that,
keep
right?
going.
Pentagon took
I
his
wish
mask
he-
off.
Shit,
No.
get the fuck out of here.
Hey,
That was what was match of the night between that and LAX for real. Like those two matches, that you put A Double and Moose in a tough spot with those. I feel like A Double and Moose was a much better match than we get credit for, but because of it. But I guess I didn't get to say it. That match was awesome. Callahan's tearing it up. I think the dude's underappreciated as an in-ring worker too, but awesome. Definitely delivered.
Can I just say one thing about Su Yung, Madison Rayne?
Yes.
The two people I was with, my two alter egos, the two WWE marks, they were very impressed with Su Yung. First time they've ever seen her. She looked like $1 million tonight. That's all I got to say.
Their match was under 7 minutes, though, dude.
I just think
Shortest match by far.
presentation-wise, she looked like $1 million. Like,
Dude, she's the female Undertaker.
right, the casket, the undead bride standing out there, the finish. I thought it was okay. 7 minutes, yeah, but
Yeah.
she looked great. It put her over, big time.
Oh, I thought she looked like $1 million too. I just wondered if that 7 minutes didn't have something to do with Madison's match last night and her trip from Atlanta up today.
See,
If
but
they
you know
decided they
what?
couldn't give her that much time, and that's the part that bothered me.
Yeah, I agree with you because if that's the case, if she's going to be with Impact, then Impact should be the bigger of what her obligation should be.
Agreed.
Correct.
Same with Rich Swann too, though. You know what I mean? If we're gonna keep it 100 here.
Yeah, but Rich Swann wasn't in a title match.
No, that's true. That is true.
I mean, Rich Swann got hurt. I mean, you know, you can't help that. I'm just saying that I feel like, you know, if you're going to be in a title match, you should be able to go more than 6-7 minutes. Rich Swann would have been in a 4-way. Not a big, you know what I'm saying? It's I don't know. It feels different. But that was my only beef there. And my guess is Rich Swann, he can go all night long.
That's true. It's a gimmick.
At least somebody decided to give me some form of a laugh there, even if it was a terrible joke.
My bad.
I mean, I know it's a terrible joke. Terrible joke. Oh, man. All right, guys. Well, look, we're going to have to wrap this thing up because Impact, you got to go to sleep.
I understand you got to go to sleep. I want to bring up one point. Okay, was the person that was on the phone with Austin Aries, who was that supposed to be? Or is that for Impact? Because I'm confused at that.
Okay, so let me put this down for you, Pearls. Can you all hear me on this one? Let me just say
Sir.
the last night on Asylum.net, I was on there, and Gail Tyler had said, some of you guys take wrestling way too serious in tweets and stuff like that. Not everything. Pearls, it was just like him talking to a random person. It literally means nothing wrestling related. Y'all got to stop reading into shit too much. It's like reading tweets. Someone's talking about their family and shit, and you're like, oh, God, That means he's signing to NXT tomorrow. That's what it was, Hurls. He's talking to his mom.
See,
The greatest
that's not
mother
how I
that ever
took it,
lived.
though. I took it like it was an insurance
took it.
policy.
Even though it said nothing related to an insurance policy. It just said cancel.
I didn't read much into it, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Only the Hurls of society.
I thought it was like something like the way he was talking was, oh, I got this match in the bag because you got my back or something. That's what I thought he said, but I may have heard it wrong because I was.
He don't got no friends, bro. Nobody likes Austin Aries. Listen, nobody likes Austin Aries besides Raven.
And the RIV. So, like, that's not only Raven, the wrestler, Scott Levy, my first alter ego, and now my current alter ego. He's got 3 friends, and we all love bananas.
The RE too, so there's your third ego.
That's right. Only thing I got to say is it's a disappointment Eli Drake was not on this pay-per-view. That's unacceptable.
Correct.
I'm gonna let the Impact dude get some Z's. Yeah, and I did laugh at your comment. I just was on mute the whole time.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So if y'all heard me eat some like a Butterfinger Sonic Blast, it's because I thought I was on mute and wasn't. So my bad.
That was just messed up, man.
Ooh.
You were talking about Botchamania. I Botchamania bad tonight.
Ooh.
At least you didn't set domestic violence back 3 years like I did, so we're good.
Right. All right, folks. Well, look, that's our Slammiversary post-show. Guys, it's been great talking, great chatting. We'll have to do this again sometime in the very near future. On behalf of the entire Heelcast, everybody over at ImpactAsylum.net, you guys have a great night. I hope you enjoyed Slammiversary. If you haven't watched it yet, check it out.
And pay for it.
And pay for it.